Anas, I was looking at your CV yesterday, and I was thinking, okay, top performing students, startup, published research, a lot of awards, and I was thinking to myself, if a person sees your CV, they might think that you kind of had a vision for all of this before it happened, sort of like you planned it out from maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Is this true? Or was it more like, let's just go and see what happens?
Hmm. For me, I'm kind of the guy who always likes to test things out.
Okay.
I didn't plan to have, a startup or a business 5 years after I graduated. I didn't really need to have it starting while I'm at university. During university, I just wanted to experiment with anything. Research, internships at corporates, in startups, in medical centers, whatever. I interned anywhere, so I can get like those different experiences I can get. Nothing was planned. And none of the internships were guaranteed either. They weren't like through any connections, just like random applications. Alhamdulillah, out of nowhere, I just kept getting one thing after another. One internship led to an RA job, which got me the qualifications.
Okay.
And I just went on from there. It's all planned.
But you had the idea that I want to have my own business in let's say like 5 years.
Definitely.
And you had that mindset that, okay, so let's just keep trying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Interesting. So how was it that you exactly figured out that you want a path different from the traditional student path? Was it like a specific event that triggered it, or was it something that was with you from long ago?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, when I went to university, I got a bit disappointed from the lack of drive the other students had.
Okay.
Most students in university, or at least in my university, they would just go to university, attend the lectures, go home. Nothing else. Maybe they play sports on the side or something.
Yeah.
But no one had the drive to have any independent learning, do any external job or application. Nothing like that. So when I saw that, I got very disappointed because I wanted more. I didn't want to go to the lectures and then go back home and just do nothing for the rest of the day. Even after my first year, I landed my first internship, and then I landed an internship after that during the same year, like a freshman summer, basically. But it's always something that I wanted to do is to excel, just to be outstanding or standing up on the rest. I'm still not there yet. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
But I'm still working towards that.
All right. So before you came to university, you had this idea that I just want more.
Yes, the hunger. That's it.
Okay, that's interesting. Was there a specific, let's say, event or moment in your life which this developed, or you just had it from ever since you didn't remember?
No, actually, high school I was okay. I had good grades, but like nothing extraordinary. It was just basically normal. And then it was kind of a gradual shift. It wasn't like a sudden, event that changed my life. It just, I went to university, and university, you don't know anyone. It's just you on your own. And then just gradually, I had nothing else to do. So might as well like do something productive in your life. Start trying to find meaning, rather than just sitting at home and doing nothing. But for my start on Vora, the reason that it's basically all started is from an event. It was a innovation / competition that was happening in the university. I went in because I got like inspired from seeing the previous ones of the same event. I was seeing them on LinkedIn. I'd see a lot of posts, a lot of media on them. So it inspired me to go and attend and actually participate. So when I participated, came in line. I'm a co-founder, just still my co-founder today. We're just working as a team. We're just us two. Yeah, we don't know anything. We don't know anything about business, anything about innovation. We went in blind, and then we had to find a problem. We had to find solutions. We had to, learn everything to do with businesses and startups, the business model, markets, etc. And eventually, we won that competition. Out of the 500 participants, we actually got first place.
All right.
And that's what has pushed us to keep going.
You said you're motivated by finding meaning. You said.
Yeah.
And this is how you find your meaning?
I think I find my meaning by excelling.
By excelling. Interesting. So, as we said, you have had a lot of opportunities
Yeah,
from research all the way to startups.
definitely.
How do you decide which opportunity should I pursue right now? Because there's a lot out there.
Mm,
How do you decide what to put your focus on?
right. This gets progressively harder as you get more and more experience.
Yeah.
At the very start, beggars can't be choosers. You get an opportunity, it's not like you're gonna get a bunch of other ones when you're first year. You just do it.
Yeah.
My philosophy, I apply to anything. Whether I want it, whether I don't want it, I'm applying.
Okay.
And then if I get the app, like the offer, that's the time where I decide to choose. Is it worth it or not worth it? It's all way out the pros and cons. First year, like I mentioned.
What are the things that you consider when you want to lay it out, pros and cons? Do
Mm,
you have like a North Star that everything should be aligned with this purpose?
right. It's tricky because a lot of factors play into it. The risk, the reward. Are they giving you any money? Are they not giving you any money? Is it unpaid? Is it paid? Is the experience worth it?
Mhm.
Yes, there's like you can get involved by two things. Either the pay is really well and you're not getting any experience, or the experience is really well, but you're not getting any. Both are fine. Either is fine, both is best. Having both is the best thing you can have.
Yeah.
Either one is still fine. Neither is something you should never do. If you're not getting any experience, you're not getting any money for that. It's not something you should something completely avoid. By experience doesn't mean experience in general. It's experience specific to you. Let's say I'm a computer science student. If I'm going to like a business internship and I'm not really getting a lot of good experience, I'm not getting paid. That's not worth it.
I see.
So it depends on the timing as well. Am I risking my GPA? Is it during the semester where I have to put my focus into it?
That's an important fact.
That's an important factor. There's a lot of things you have to sacrifice. Or is it during the summer when you have nothing else to do?
I see.
A lot of things play a factor.
Was there any like good opportunity, in terms of experience, the place, even maybe the compensation, which you intentionally said no to?
Trying to think here. Honestly,
I'm not pursuing this right now.
I get that, yeah. Honestly, I did get, after Vora started, I wanted to focus more on it. I did get a lot of offers from a lot of different things. But I just stopped applying. I know my philosophy is to apply to everything.
Okay.
But even at Vora, I stopped applying. Because I want to put my whole focus. I don't want to get options later on and start deciding if it's worth it or not. I want to put my whole focus into it. I did get some people reaching out for some roles, opportunities. I can't really mention their names, but eventually I put like a step in stone saying, I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my startup. No matter what opportunity comes, I'm gonna put my focus.
So you actually yourself personally stopped pursuing
Yes.
different opportunities
Yes.
once Vora started getting serious.
Exactly.
I see. And speaking of that, as Vora is becoming more serious, you are getting right now more and more attention. People are starting to notice you. People are starting to notice Vora. However, I wonder what is something that people assume about you that is just completely wrong. Is there such a thing?
I think I'm a bit more exaggerated. Like
What does that mean?
people think that I am an insanely cracked person. I'm the smartest person.
Okay.
Oh no, they don't want me to think that, but they think like I'm actually very extraordinary, which I'm not. I'm a very normal person. I'm not. I don't have really.
What does that mean, normal?
Normal as in like I'm not a genius with a 110 IQ, 120, 30, 40, 60. I'm not someone that's any different from anyone else. I'm not smarter than anyone else. The only thing I did right was just, putting in effort and I got one. That's basically it.
So people maybe sometimes assume that you have it all together.
Yeah.
And everything's like very smooth and clean.
Exactly. They think I have it all easy. I know what I'm doing. A lot of things I don't know what I'm doing.
But in reality, it's a bit more messy.
It is very, very messy. I do a lot of mistakes and I will continue doing a lot of mistakes, which is natural.
Yeah.
But from an outside view, obviously that's not going to show. What's going to show is the success, the stories, the good things that came out. In the background, there's nothing like that. It's a very, very messy process.
How do you navigate through that mess? How do you, while maintaining the successful image, or maybe the successful image comes up with itself. You don't intentionally try to maintain it. While you're dealing with this pressure, let's say, and things being messy, how do you kind of find your way through it? Keep it together still.
It's a process of like trial and error.
Mm.
But the main priority is to, when you make an error, make sure it's not a fatal one. You need to look at cost to risk ratio. It's good to make mistakes, because each time you make a mistake, you learn something that hopefully you're not going to do again. But depending on how big that mistake is, you can't make a huge mistake that you can go back from. That's something very risky. So it's always good to reiterate, try new things, learn new things, in a sense of validated learning. You can't really always make mistakes and say, oh yeah, at least we'll learn from the experience. You have to make sure that it actually contributed to what your ultimate goal is.
They even say that intuition is built from mistakes.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
It's really an interesting topic. So speaking of this topic, you're the CEO of Vora right now, and as you mentioned, you're dealing with a lot of complicated situations. Was there ever a point where you had to make a decision that was necessary for the startup, but maybe a little bit difficult for a person, maybe even a teammate? Was there such a situation?
Naturally. Our team right now consists of 6 people.
Okay.
It started with just me and my co-founder, Mazen. We were just 2. We had 2 other people before them. They didn't continue with us. We had another person that was actually designing the logo. We love him. Eventually, unfortunately, didn't continue with us.
What happened?
Just the time and effort. He didn't have the ability to commit enough time, which is very fair. As a very risky and early startup.
So you had to let them go.
Exactly.
Was it a difficult decision?
It was a mutual decision. Like even they knew that they're not able to put their all into it. So it was kind of like a mutual agreement of knowing, hey, you're not going to be able to put the time and effort for it as much as we need.
So did he also hesitate for a moment? Let's give it.
Of course.
Give them another chance.
Definitely. We don't really rush into decisions such as these. These are huge. And the hardest part of the startups are never actually like anything technical. It's most of the time almost like something social.
What do you mean?
Social network. Let's say dealing with the people in the team or dealing with people in general is the hardest part of startups, and not really the technical aspect of building the product. Knowing your customer, knowing your investors, knowing your teammates, the connections with your teammates. All those social aspects are the ones that are the hardest to manage and improve, because they're not something tangible. With technical things, there are numbers on the screen, you can actually code it, you can actually change it. With people, it's much more complicated. A huge, let's say, argument could eventually diminish the productivity and the morale of the team, or there's going to be a bad connection in the team, which kind of spreads out throughout. It's going to, break loose, let's say.
I see. How do you manage disagreements in the team? No arguments, let's say. Because every team has them.
Yeah.
And how do you manage it?
It's a hard.
Okay.
For us, it's very important that respect is always going to be. You have to keep respecting each other. You have to keep always trying to put yourself in each other's shoes. Why do they think that way? Why are we in the argument in the first place? For example, let's say the team wanted to put a specific sensor. Another person saying they don't need it. It's absolutely not needed. That's stupid, whatever. It's so important to learn each other's perspective and be respectful at the same time before they actually argument.
So you never attack the person, you just argue around the idea.
Exactly.
And you manage to keep this separate.
Exactly. Never about the person. Because once you start attacking the person, it's something you cannot go back. It's something they're going to keep in the back of their head, even if they forgive you, even if they say it like that. And there are people that are going to be seeing 5 days a week, 9 hours a day. Which is something that's not going to sit right with you. So you're just bottling things up until it just shatters. So it's very, very important to keep a very good team chemistry with your team, and grip onto that. A strong team can go through any problems, any challenges, any arguments.
Yes.
But once there's a weak link, once there's, any bad blood, it's something very hard to go back from.
I see. It's a very important point. It's a very specific topic for itself, managing the team. Looking at your profile right now, it is very clear that you can probably easily get a very strong job after graduation. Why do you bother going after entrepreneurship with all of its stress and uncertainty?
In my point of view, I don't think I have a huge chance of getting a good job. Everything is uncertain, which goes back to my.
You're on the competitive side.
I got that.
We would say, at least.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
My point of view, I don't think I'm all that. But why do I want to pursue entrepreneurship? I am basically putting an investment in myself and my team. I think the payouts of Vora, if it goes successful, will be way more and way better than the payout of a normal job.
What are some of those payouts you think?
Success in terms of revenue, creating revenue, salary, the flexibility with Vora. Timings are flexible. There's no one that's telling me what time I should come, what time I should leave. My team is, we have a very relaxed system. No one has to dress a certain way. You're flexible. You have an emergency, it's completely fine. Things like that. Of course, it's an organized system, but it's much more flexible. It's much more comfortable. And when you're working for your own project, you're always way more motivated. No matter if you've been working at a different company for 20 years, when it's your own project, you're always going to be way more motivated to put in the work, way more motivated to put in hours, because at the end of the day, it's your idea, it's your project, and at the end of the day, you're going to be the one. But for corporate jobs, when I worked there, I felt like my impact didn't really have a huge effect. All the work I've done, I feel like I had very low impact in terms of real world, in terms of the company itself. They didn't really find a lot of value. But for startups, or especially if it's your own startup, any little work you do has huge impact on them. Whether you do something or don't, that shifts the entire company's direction.
I see.
So that's not responsible.
I think it's something that's important
Yeah,
for you.
Exactly. And it goes back to me. If I'm working 20 years and I feel like all my work is not really contributing to anything, I'm going to find little value in my life.
100%. Do you think if Vora fails
Mhm.
in the next 5 years, let's say, okay, will there still have been things that you kind of earn and learn that are still worth it and you will keep it yourself for the rest of your life? I mean, we say that if Vora succeeds, the payoffs will be great. What if it fails? Will it still give you something to say that
Definitely.
this was still really, really worth it?
Definitely.
Could you name some of them?
Before that, my point of view, Vora is my first startup. Eventually, whether it exits or whether it fails, there's going to be another. And then there's going to be a third, and there's going to be another. Because usually, first-time founders, they make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I made a huge ton of mistakes. Second time, you already know everything. You already know the mistakes that you did. You know what not to do. And it's much more clear.
Mm.
The chances of you making mistakes are so high. You're going to still make mistakes, but not as much. Not nearly as much. You know the know-how. You know how investors talk. You know what you should be doing. You know what goal you should be having. So things are going to be way easier. And your chance of success, statistically, for second-time founders onwards, is much, much higher than first-time founders. Yeah. But there is still a huge chance for first-time founders to go successful. There is. And I'm not saying Vora is going to fail. I'm going to start alone. I'm still going to put my all. I'm still going to make sure Vora is going to succeed. But in that, somehow anything happens and it doesn't succeed. That's a huge learning experience. And since you're also asking about why am I not pursuing a job after graduation, right now is the most risk-free time for me to make these mistakes. I don't have a spouse, I don't have children to provide for. So even if I have a failing business, I'm only wasting my time. I don't have children that are not getting fed. I don't have a spouse that's not getting, shelter. It's fine for me to really make mistakes. It's so risk-free. Eventually, that's not the case.
Yeah. Amazing. So, speaking of this, let's say that in 5 years we are sitting again and discussing about Anas. let's say, what is one thing
Mhm.
that you hope has changed? And what is one thing that you hope has remained exactly the same in your career?
That's a loaded question. What are the things I hope will change? What are the things I
One
hope?
thing is enough
Mm.
that you hope it would change in 5 years.
Mm. Mm. One thing I'd hope to stay the same. If war was to continue, I'd love to have my core team still there.
Nice.
A lot of problems come with teams. Most titles fail because of teams. So if I were to have my same team right now, we're past the challenges and we're still strong, that's something I'd be very happy with. Because you don't know what kind of problems are going to come up later on. But hopefully, if I were to hope in 5 years, they're still there, they're still kicking, they're still strong. And that would be something I'm really looking forward to. For something I would like to change, 5 years, hopefully I'm done. Inshallah, and I'm going to be done with my bachelor's degree. In my mind, I don't have a master's in my plan.
All right.
But I do hope to stay in the Middle East. Maybe Qatar because my family is here. I love this country very much. It's a very safe country. I do plan on staying here. Vora is based on air conditioners on very hot regions, such as Middle East. So kind of I'll have to be here. And overall, I hope Vora is still upscaling, still going strong. It grew in 5 years to a huge company that's very sustainable and very profitable. And that's something I would love to have.
So you see the current situation as scaling and growing.
Yes.
And this is the change that you're hoping to see.
Yes. Maybe scaling to Saudi, UAE,
Amazing.
Kuwait, Oman.
Amazing.
All of them have the same problem that Vora solves.
Amazing. That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anas. Vora is, I think, an amazing idea, regardless of what happens to it. And it's always nice to talk to you. I really enjoyed our talk today. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Ali.